Have you ever walked into a room and felt it tilt a degree without anyone saying a word? Picture this. You step into a bar, not loud, not announcing yourself, and two conversations lower their volume at once. A stranger at the bar straightens his back mid-sentence, and a woman tucks a loose strand of hair behind her ear like she's trying to hide the fact she noticed you. That silence, not the awkward kind, but the attentive kind, is your first sign. You don't command noise. You rearrange attention by simply existing. There's a difference between loud confidence and unadvertised gravity. I remember a guy I knew, quiet, average-looking on paper, who at a networking event made one short remark, and the room shifted toward him for the rest of the night. A senior executive later told me, it wasn't what he said. It was that he sounded like he was already there. People lean toward presence because it promises sanity in the chaos. That unearned authority is a second sign. Others assume you belong before you decide to. You'll notice people try too hard around you. Two men in a gym I trained with suddenly offered the loudest grunt and the flashiest rep when he walked in. They weren't showing off for the weights. They were competing with the calm energy he carried. Example: a friend's ex-boyfriend would perform little stunts when he was nearby, like he was trying to outrun an invisible standard. When others escalate to cover your quiet, that mismatch is a mirror you're pulling focus without pushing. Women and people who know how attraction works often test before they reveal. One of my students told me about a woman who texted him like she'd known him for years, then ghosted for 3 days. He panicked, double-texted, and lost the thread. Later, she admitted she'd stepped back to see if he would flinch. There's a pattern here. When someone pulls away and your first instinct is to chase, you've probably been the gravitational body all along. The test exists because your presence moved them. They're withdrawal measures whether your center holds. You also get the micro-gifts. Small, uncanny attention that doesn't follow any logic. People remember tiny details about you. The weird thing you said 3 months ago. The song you hummed once. I once dated someone who would tell me he remembers the brand of gum I like, as if I'd performed some romantic feat. Those micro-memories are deposit slips. They're evidence that you make experiences stick. Attraction is less about fireworks and more about imprint. A common misread is thinking silence equals disinterest. I coached a man who left every compliment with a joke. He thought playing it down was modesty. She stopped complimenting him because she believed he didn't believe it. Quote him, "I thought I was being humble. She thought I was uninterested." Humility without presence becomes erasure. When people give you attention and you reflexively deflect, you convert their curiosity into doubt. That's sign 5. You're attractive when people reach and you decline the offer, then watch them orbit. People will test your emotional economy. Story: in a group chat, a girl sent a cryptic message only to him. He replied instantly, then posted a long follow-up the next day trying to explain himself. She answered with a single emoji and faded. Tests are often designed to see if you have to be propped up by validation. The faster you scramble to shore up connection, the faster you lose the leverage you never realized you had. You attract confessions you never solicited. That quiet friend who opens up about his divorce in front of you, or the woman who suddenly leans in to tell a secret while others are laughing. Those moments are payoffs. They don't look for solutions. They look for a place to be held without performance. Example: a stranger once told me in an elevator the most personal failure of his life, and then left like nothing happened. My presence didn't fix him. It made him safe enough to unburden himself. That's a sign of deep, unconscious attraction. People expose inner things around you. Envy and overcompensation are ugly but honest signs. Someone who belittles you in public, loudly points out your flaws, or tries to dominate conversation often does it because they feel small beside your calm. I watched a friend get cut off mid-sentence by an aggressive colleague who later bragged about it. The colleague was insecure. When aggression and noise become a pattern around you, it's not hostility at you, it's a reaction to the order you carry. You make space without saying so. At a dinner once, a man sat at the edge of the group, quiet. 2 others began to politely give him their attention, passing conversation back to him like a currency. The simple act of not competing created scarcity, and scarcity breeds value. Real attraction is often created by what's withheld: attention, reaction, explanation. If your silence weighs more than your words, That's a sign you're producing magnetic friction. Sometimes the sign is the absence of interest from obvious quarters. I knew a musician who never chased headlines, yet other artists sought collaborations as if proximity to him upgraded their status. He didn't market himself. His absence created an economy of wanting. When you are invisible to the usual mechanisms of validation, but visible to those who matter, you're operating on a different axis of influence, quietly attractive and strategically rare. You cause people to self-edit. Story. A woman I dated admitted she straightened her posture and softened her voice because being loose felt dangerous around him. She said, "I wanted to be less obvious." When someone recalibrates their default behavior around you, either by toning themselves down or dialing their intensity up, you've triggered a reflex. That internal adjustment is a sign you carry an unspoken standard. Finally, your own confusion is a sign. If you spend energy worrying you're not enough while other people act as if you are, you're the classic mismatch. Interior doubt versus exterior response. I once had a client say, "I assume I'm invisible. Everyone else assumes I'm noticed." That split is the clearest evidence you're unknowingly attractive. The work isn't to become more. It's to believe what others are already sensing. So what do you do with these signs? Hold your center. When someone pulls back, don't rush to explain. Don't retaliate. When someone remembers something tiny, accept it and let the gesture stand. A mentor I respect said, "Presence is not an achievement. It's a stewardship. Treat your attention like capital scarce, deliberate, non-refundable." If this landed, don't over-explain. Leave one word below still or seen and mean it. Subscribe if you want more of these quiet lessons. Then walk out the door today and notice what shifts when you say less and carry more.